Welcome back for another short yoga flow. Today's flow is all about core strength and stability. You don't need much at all, just some space on the floor, a mat if you have one, and if you have yoga blocks to hand or some parallettes or some books even maybe, or even bricks if you've got them at home. These yoga blocks are the hard ones, so they're quite solid. Some of the yoga blocks can be quite squidgy. They probably won't help you stay if you've got those, but anything hard and sort of this size that will hold your weight through, go ahead and grab them, and then whenever you're ready, come and meet me in Tadasana at the front of your mat or wherever you're working out today. Standing in Tadasana, think about squeezing your tailbone under, sucking your navel back towards your spine, roll your shoulders back and down and take a nice deep breath in. Find length in your spine. And as you inhale again, lift the hands up above the head, reach up tall. Exhale, keep that length as you forward fold into Uttanasana, forward fold. Find your chest against your thighs. Allow the crown of your head to hang towards the ground and just take one more deep breath in as you find length. Exhale, fold deeper over those thighs and plant your hands on the floor. Option now to step or hop back to down facing dog. If you're going to hop, inhale to lift the knees and heels off the floor, knees in towards your chest, and as you exhale, jump, catch in plank. Try not to let your hips sag and then press back to down facing dog. Spread the fingers, press through the floor, push the crown of the head towards the ground, open up the shoulders, create space across the top of the back, and just gently pedal your heels for a few breaths, opening up those calves, those hamstrings. And if you want to, if you're feeling tight in the shoulders, maybe take a few pulses through the arms as well, pushing the crown of the head a little bit closer towards the floor. And then whenever you're ready, just come to still. On the next inhale, we're going to roll forwards into a high plank hold. See if you can press the ground away for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to lower into low plank. See if you can hold that hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then flip the toes. Option to come to cobra with your thighs on the floor, or inhale and lift the knees away from the ground and hold in up dog for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. Option here to just pedal out the knees again, the calves and the thighs again. Hamstrings, I can't even talk today. And then if you want to, if your arms are quite tired from that first bit, just take a few breaths in child's pose. And then whenever you're ready, come back to down facing dog and meet me there. On the next inhale, you're going to lift the left leg up high towards the sky. We're going to come into fallen triangle with the leg lifted. So you're going to tuck that knee in as you exhale towards the chest, and then thread it through and under the opposite side of the body, so out towards the right. Swivel over onto the right inside edge of your foot and straighten the right leg. Try and keep this left leg straight, point it forwards, and try and keep it hovered if you can. Option to place it on the floor. Inhale to lift your hand up towards the ceiling, opening up into fallen triangle pose. Push the ground away. Really use your core to keep that leg lifted. Hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Then exhale, release that hand, step back to down facing dog. And we're going to do the other side. So inhale to lift the right leg up high to the sky this time. Exhale as you crunch it through, twizzle over onto the inside edge of your left leg, and then thread that leg through out towards the left. See if you can keep it lifted. Inhale as you lift and open with your left hand up towards the sky. Press the ground away. Hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, release, step back to down facing dog. Come down to your knees and just take 2 breaths in child's pose. Relax off the shoulders, reach forwards with the arms, shake it out if you want to. And then whenever you're ready, slowly come up onto your hands and knees, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. We're going to hop forwards to Uttanasana, forward fold. So look, bend the knees, and when you're ready, take that bunny hop forwards, hand between the hands, find your Uttanasana, forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, bring the knees in towards the chest, come into like a crouch and curl, and gradually lower yourself to a seated position on the floor.
we're going to do tuck boat transitions and then hold in boat next. So your tuck pose option to keep the toes or the heels on the floor if you want to. Just bring the knees in towards the chest and hold the knees there. If you want to progress it, lift the knees off. Try and keep the chest lifted. Try not to round through the lower back as you do this. And then we're going to straighten the legs as we inhale into boat. Exhale to tuck. Inhale to boat. We're doing this 5 times. Exhale to tuck. 3 more. Inhale to boat. Exhale to tuck. Inhale to boat. Exhale to tuck. Last one, and we're going to hold. Inhale to boat. Hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, release. Shake it all out. Let your hands or your legs relax on the floor. You're probably feeling that in your hip area. So now, if you've got your blocks to hand, please go ahead and grab them. You can try this with your hands on the floor if you don't have anything at all. There's nothing stopping you from giving you the go still. So these are our L-sit progressions. We're going to learn to lift the body off the floor through our arms and keep those legs tucked up or held up away from the floor if we can. So come to a cross-legged position, however you're comfortable, no right or wrong to which way you stack your legs, and place the blocks kind of centre thigh. If you're on a mat, be careful not to roll off the edge, so if you need to just place them slightly further back to fit, that's absolutely fine. You're going to press your hands, so option to stack them. If you've got good wrist mobility and stability, then feel free to use the upper way. You can stack them like this, if not, or like this if you want a bit higher, or like this if you've got the mobility there and the stability. So wherever you're comfortable, just be careful, and be careful they're not on the edge. So hold your hands over the fingers over the edge, palms flat down, and you're going to press through the blocks to lift your bum off the floor, and then see if you can lift your feet too. Tuck up, and then exhale to lower. Do that 2 more times. So inhale to lift, exhale, last one. Inhale to lift, exhale. This time you're going to inhale to lift, uncross the legs, come into tuck, and see if you can hold there. So you're going to inhale to lift, tuck, hold, come back to a cross leg, and then lower. So feel free to do that a couple of times if you want to. If you found that easy and you want to take it further, inhale to lift, tuck, straighten the legs into L-sit, come back to that tuck, cross the legs, and then lower. We'll do that 1 more time all together. So wherever you're at, you've probably done 3 of whatever progression you prefer. So you're going to inhale to lift, tuck, straighten, tuck, cross, lower. Well done, guys. That's quite tough. The next one for you to try with this, so feel free to just shake out the shoulders for a moment and catch your breath, is to take the legs straight out in front of you, and we're going to pull the bum back. So this time, I do want you to place the blocks further down, more towards your knees, to do that. If you don't have blocks, you can always just do leg lifts instead, so you can keep your fingers there, lift the legs, and do it that way. So the closer to your knees your fingers are, the harder it is, the further, the easier it is. But I really don't want you to be leaning back and doing this. Try and keep them somewhere between your hips and your knees, wherever that might be. If you have the blocks, we're going to drag the legs back and under as we lift the hips up. So if you've got no blocks, feel free to do that. Maybe do 10 reps or so. If you've got blocks, follow me on this. You can again stack them however you want. I like to go higher with them. And then place them sort of mid-thigh. You're going to press into the ground to lift the hips, and then suck the stomach back, or the hips back and up, so your legs come back and under. We'll just do 2 more reps of that. So inhale to lift, exhale, pull back, and then lower. And again, and lower again. So you can practice that one until eventually you might be able to lift all the way up to standing with that compression, sucking the legs right up and under you so you come fully onto your feet and lifting those hips nice and high. So it's finding that plunge through the shoulders to get that space underneath you to lift those legs or plant those legs underneath. So feel free to stop and pause this video to have a practice of that. Meanwhile, if you want to cool down, just come into a supine position on your back, bringing your knees in towards your chest, and just hug them with both arms. Rock from side to side, release your lower back. Take a hold of your left knee. Exhale as you extend your right leg all the way to the ground. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Switch over as you take your right knee back up towards you. Exhale as you extend your left leg to the floor. Inhale to pull that right knee in towards your chest. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then inhale to bring both legs back to center. Plant the toes on the floor, keep the heels lifted. Take the hands out to the side, T-shaped position. And just let the knees drop from side to side as you take a few window wipers. Keeping those shoulders glued to the floor. Maybe do about 5 each side. Releasing off that lower back. Last one each side. And then just slowly bring the knees back into the chest. Have one last hug. And then if you wanted to, you can extend the legs, come into corpse pose, and take a mini Savasana.